We're at the Deer Park station here on the Long Island Railroad's main line. Today's Easter Sunday, April 20th, 2025. We're here to see a very, very rare treat, because we normally don't see freight action here, nevertheless, on a weekend or a holiday. But we're going to be seeing New York and Atlantic RS-40 making its way from Fresh Pond to Pine Air. Alright, we're taking a look to the west here at Deer Park. Looking further off in the distance, we're going to find the cars crossing. That is Comac Road, then Carl's Path, right beyond that. We're also looking in the immediate background. You see the signals governing the interlocking of JS. JS interlocking was actually a little bit further to the east, a little bit closer to the station here at Deer Park. And some of the scars of the old signal bridge still remain in the ground. West of Deer Park, this was single track territory, as the main line was single track territory between Farmingdale and Ronkonkoma with passing sidings. JS interlocking was a two-track between JS and the former Brent interlocking just to the east of Brent was a two-track passing main. Then in the vicinity of Central Islip, you had CI interlocking, CI1, CI2. When Central Islip was a passing siding over there, certified siding, that is. Those two interlockings were removed along with Brent. You have a new CI interlocking. Also east of Farmingdale, used to have two interlockings at Farmingdale where the main line went to single track. Now you have new interlockings such as Farm, replaced both Farm 1 and Farm 2. Danch, brand new interlocking between Pine Lawn and Wyandanch. Lawn interlocking, which used to be the former PW, now made into an interlocking over there. Lawn interlocking, which was at the east end of the freight siding at Pine Lawn, west of Pine Lawn, that is. Then you have new interlocking, another new interlocking at the east end of east end here at Deer Park, which is Pilgrim. Then you have Pine Air interlocking at the very east end of the freight siding, where New York and Atlantic would go. 11:48. And as we're taking a look at the very east end here at Deer Park, you see the signal at the east end of the station. That is Pilgrim interlocking, which governs the switch. That's the home signal, which governs the switch for the freight siding here at Pine Air, where New York and Atlantic would go. East of here, obviously just mentioned, was CI interlocking. You have new interlockings of CI, which is west of the former interlockings at the west end and east end of the station of Central Islip, between Central Islip and Brentwood. You also have new interlockings in the vicinity of Ronkonkoma. You have Ocean interlocking. You have Pond interlocking, which used to be KO1, and of course KO, which used to be the former KO2 interlocking. Pretty much most of this branch east of Divide, actually east of Beth, is now limited color aspect signals. Just recently, within the last 2 weeks, limited color aspect signals were put in service at the current KO interlocking at the east end of Ronkonkoma Station. Turn now 11:47. I'm going to be watching train 7935 from Ronkonkoma to Penn Station come in here and depart on track number 1, running with M7 equipment. Pretty much this weekend on the Long Island Railroad, we will be seeing mostly M7 and M9 equipment. There's been no M3 equipment running. They've been keeping the M3s mostly at Hillside over the weekend. Even on the Atlantic shuttle between Atlantic Terminal and Jamaica, pretty much running with M7 and M9 equipment.
The 11:48 train to Penn Station is now arriving on Platform A. Please activate e-tickets now and step over the gap when boarding.
And this is a 12-car set. Now 11:57. Looking to the west in the distance, we see train 7928, also with M7 equipment. It just hit the Comac Crow crossing, and it's going through JS interlocking now.
The 11:59 train to Ronkonkoma is now arriving on Platform B. Please activate e-tickets now and step over the gap when boarding.
Actually, he has already departed. Alright, just as train 7928 is departed, we have a flashing red at the home signal of Pioneer interlocking, as you see over there. That's going to be indicating RS40, going to be switching over from number 2 to number 1 track. He should be coming through here shortly. And the time now is 12:03 and RS40. About to hit the crossings here, actually just hitting the cost path crossing. And it sounds like we have GP38-2 on the lead. He's going to be switching over from number 2 to number 1 track. And we'll be going right into the Pioneer siding at Pilgrim Interlocking. And RS40 is now hitting the Comac Road crossing. He'll be switching over to number 1 track from number 2. And again, GP38-2 is the leader, which is the only GP38-2 former Long Island Railroad engine, actually owned by the Long Island Railroad, leased by the Newark and Atlantic Railway, to have the RS3L chime. And he's got some mixed power in this one. Time now is 12:08. Looks like we have at least a couple GP38-2s within this consist. Pretty lengthy train here. It looks like he's just cleared the Comac Road crossing now, though. And it also appears that we have the CIT Leaser GP38-2 number 402 within. And GP38-2 is the leader of this consist. said RS71. GP38-2271 leading. This one's got 40 cars. CIT GP38-2, 4L2, and GP38-2, 268 leading. So we're going to be watching this consist going into the siding here. And this train will be clearing in the nick of timing for train 7953. RS40, I said RS71, GP38-2271 leading. This one's got 40 cars, CIT GP38-2, 4L2, and GP38-2, 268 leading. So we're going to be watching this consist going into the siding here. And this train will be clearing in the nick of timing for train 7953.